Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's session, I'm going to talk about a few early Elizabethan plays. Before moving with the session, kindly subscribe my channel and get the further updates about the upcoming lectures. So in the early Elizabethan plays, the first one is Gorboduc. Okay, Gorboduc was also titled as Ferrex and Porrex. Ferrex and Porrex. Okay, this play was staged in the year 1561, and two playwrights who involved in the making of this play, Thomas Sackville and Thomas Norton. The first three acts of the play was completed by Thomas Norton. The last two acts are done by Thomas Sackville. In the year of 1565, the bookseller William Griffith, Griffith, William Griffith, who published the first quarto of the play, and the second authorized quarto was corrected by these authors, and it was printed by John Day, which was in the year 1570. The title was The Tragedy of Ferrex and Porrex, and the third edition was published in the year 1590 by Edward Aldie. And this play, being a first play, tragic play in the early Elizabethan period, okay, it's a prolific one for some reasons. This was said to be the first verse drama in English, to employ blank verse, and which was involved the political subject matter, okay, which was still a touchy area in the early years of Elizabeth's reign. And this play was seen as a forerunner of the whole trend, which later produced Titus Andronicus, Andronicus, and King Lear. Okay, this one also provides the first well-documented performance of the play in Ireland. This play, which summarizes the plot in the argument, Gorboduc was the king of Britain. He wanted to divide his kingdom, in his lifetime to his sons. His sons are Ferrex and Porrex. Okay, the sons, who fell into dissension. They were in the disputations in the division of the kingdom. Okay, the younger one, okay, killed the elder, but the mother, she was very fond of the elder son, so she wanted to take revenge, so she killed the younger son. So the king's two sons were killed. Okay, now later what happened, the people, they were angry and moved with the cruelty of the fact, and they rose in the rebellion and killed both the father and the mother. Okay, so the nobility assembled and most terribly destroyed the rebels. After that, for want of issue of the prince, whereby the succession of the crown became uncertain, they fell into civil war. Actually, Gorboduc, who announces his plan to divide the kingdom between his sons Ferrex and Porrex, and his counselors advise against it. His counselor says no for this, and they reminding him of the conflict that which was coming between the cousins Morgan and Cunedagh, Cunedagh, when Britain was divided between them, that made to Morgan's death. Okay, so Gorboduc appreciates their advice, but goes ahead with his plan. Now what happened? Ferrex, advised by the parasite Hermann to take the whole kingdom. Tinder tells Porrex that his mother is making plans for war, meaning Porrex decides to invade Ferrex's realm. No, Dordon writes to Gorboduc about this issue. So Gorboduc, who bewails this and is advised to raise a force against them. However, Yanantius, okay, was a messenger. Okay, there was a messenger then enter and bearing a news of Ferrex's death. Porrex meets his father and justifies his actions, saying that he was content to rule his kingdom, but that his brother plotted to take his lands. However, his mother, Videna, then stabs him dead while he is sleeping in revenge for Ferrex, because the mother who loves the elder son Porrex, The people, what happened? They rise up in anger and kill both her and Gorboduc, blaming the king for Porrek's death. The nobles prepare to act against the rebels. However, what happened? The succession is left uncertain. Fegus, Duke of Albany, who made a plan to gain the throne and begins rising an army while his friends try to gather support. The nobles defeat the rebels, but Beard, Fagus has raised an army and intends to take the crown. Now, what happened? The nobles opposes Fagus, thinking of him as a foreign invader. Arostus says that Parliament must decide upon a new king. Eubulus, who bemoans that the course that has happened to the country and says that Parliament should have been called while the king was alive. But the justice will eventually prevail. Now let me talk about the next play, which is the first comedy play of English literature, the early Elizabethan age. This one is Ralph Roister Doister, Ralph Roister, Roister, Doister, Doister, Ralph Roister Doister. This is a play which was written in the 16th century by Nicholas Udall, Nicholas Nicholas Udall, Udall, and this one was said to be the first comedy written in the English literature. Okay, but the date of its composition was not clear, but was predicted that was written about 1552 when the Woodall was a schoolmaster in London. Roister Doister seems to have been inspired by the works of Plautus and Terence. The titular character is variation on the braggart soldier, but with the innovation of the parasitic which stems from the morality plays tradition. See, by combining the structures, conventions, and the styles of the ancient Greek and Roman comedies with the English theatrical traditions and social types, Woodall was able to establish a new form of English comedy, leading directly through Shakespeare and beyond. And the play, which blends the stock plot elements and stock characters of the ancient Greek and Roman theatre with those of chivalric literature and the English medieval theatre. And this play was written in 5 acts. Okay, the plot of the play, which centers on a rich widow. Her name was Christian Custance, Custance, and she was betrothed with Gayan Goodluck, Gawyn, Gayan Goodluck, Goodluck. Okay, was betrothed with Gayan Goodluck, was a merchant actually. Ralph Roister Doister is encouraged throughout by conman, okay, trickster figure, Matthew Merrigreek. Matthew Merrigreek, Marrygreek. Okay, this fellow is a conman who encouraged Doister to marry Christian Custon, but his plan was not succeeded. So Ralph then tries with his friends and servants to break in and take Christian Custons by force, but they are defeated by her maids and ran away. The merchant Gayan, who arrives shortly after that, the play concludes happily. So the next early Elizabethan play, which is a comedy play, a second comedy play. This play is Gammer Gurton's Needle, Gammer, Gammer Gurton's, Gurtons, Gurton's Needle, Needle, Gammer Gurton's Needles. This one was believed to be written by John Still. Okay, John Still, the Bishop of Bath and Wells, who enjoyed the considerable fame as an English preacher and disputant, was born in the year 1543 and who lived up to 1608. And this play was predicted that was written in the year 1553, and though less overt in its use of Latin comedy conventions than its contemporary Ralph Roister Doister, several scholars have noted the play's parodic treatment of Terentian comedy. Terentian is publisher Terentius affair in English as Terence. So was Roman African playwright during the Roman Republic. This play, the Gammer-Gurton's Needle, was, the plot centers on the loss of needle, which belongs to Gammer-Gurton. Okay, this is eventually found when her servant Hodge, who slapped on the buttocks by the trickster's Dickon, and later discovers it in the seat of his breeches. Well, that's it about today's session. Thanks for listening my lectures. Kindly subscribe the channel.